condition for charging of capacitor? Anyone? Hello? Okay, anyone have answer? Okay, anyone can give answer for this? What is the initial condition? Arya, Arya Patel, Arya Bhatt, Jharna, Ashruti.
Sir, can you repeat question? I joined just now.
What is the initial condition for charging of capacitor? Yes, Ashruti?
Sir, current is increase
Yes.
and
Why? Why current increase?
because capacitor is charging.
Mhm. Yes, capacitor is charging, but what will happen initially? That I am asking.
Because capacitor is charged.
Yes, anyone?
Sir,
Yes.
all the voltages across resistance, and uh, after a few minutes, it will become capacitor will fully charge.
Okay. So what happened in initial condition that whole supply voltage momentarily act across resistance as capacitor has no charge, so that becomes V by R, so that is I maximum. So initially current becomes maximum. Why? Because this supply voltage momentarily act across resistance. Okay, then current gradually decreases and voltage that gradually increases during charging of capacitor. During discharging, what will happen as capacitor starts to discharge from negative plates. So current is maximum but negative. Okay. So it becomes negative to the zero. Okay. So we are saying it is increasing. Okay. So it is negative maximum. It is negative maximum, but it is starts to increase to zero, whereas voltage that is decreases to the 0 volt. Okay. So that is discharging. The equation for charging of capacitor.
V equals to Vm into 1 minus e raised to minus t by lambda.
Okay. Vc equal to V in bracket 1 minus e raised to minus t by Rc. Rc, that is your time constant. That is equal to lambda. Unit is second. For the discharging, Vc is equal to V into e raised to minus t by Rc. Okay. So this is charging and discharging. Someone asked me for step up and shut down. Is thickness is we are counting for this inductor value. Who asked me this question?
Arya, Patel Arya.
Yes, obviously we know the inductance equation L equal to what? N square into mu into A by S. Generally, we are taking the dimension of this coil or wire in terms of gauge. Okay. So according to the gauge, obviously, if it has more thickness, then there will be more current in the coil or wire. Okay, or you can say there will be more flux according to the gauge of the wire or thickness of the wire. Okay, so obviously, uh, thickness that matters. If thickness is more, then you will be having more current in the coil or circuit.
Sir,
Okay,
if thickness is more,
yes,
thickness becomes more, then number of turns become less. No?
thickness becomes more. Yes, yes, right. Okay, but we know L is equal to n square, then into mu into A divided by L. Okay, so according to that, we can say according to the thickness increases, then yes, obviously number of turns that will also becomes less.
सर तो उसका इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा.
उसका आएगा, but लेकिन according to that we are making this making that coil wound or making turning according to what current we requirement. But according to this equation, we can say if area is more, then we have more inductance or we have more current in the circuit.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now we'll start our new unit, that is series AC series circuit. In that we will do RL, RC, RLC circuit, resonance in RLC series circuit, Q factor, then resonance in parallel RLC circuit and Q factor for parallel RLC circuit.
And screen is not visible.
Okay. Wait, I am sharing my screen. Okay, so here we are going to do the combination of this load. Load is nothing but this, you can say this resistor, this inductor, or this capacitor that receives the energy. So that's why it is called the load. Okay, so load may be individual or it is a combination. Okay, so if you are considering this combination of load, then accordingly you need to do the calculations for the total load. Impedance is nothing but total load of the circuit. Okay. Please mute from your end. So to represent the impedance, we have rectangular and polar form. So suppose we have RL load is there in the circuit, so we can represent in rectangular form as well as polar form. So rectangular form is nothing but it has imaginary and real part. Polar form it has magnitude as well as angle. So I am showing you this how to represent this impedance in the circuit. Suppose we have RL combination in the circuit. We have RL combination in the circuit. So this is our total load. Impedance is the total load of the circuit. The unit of impedance is ohm. Okay, so we can write this Z equal to R plus J XL. Okay, so this is your real part. This is your imaginary part. Okay, XL is nothing but XL is Anyone know what is XL?
Resistance offered by inductance.
Yes, you can say resistance offered by inductor, okay, or you can say inductive reactance. Unit is ohm. You can also represent this in this is your rectangular form. You can represent this in polar form. It has magnitude and angle. So I can write this Z is equal to under root R square plus XL square. This is magnitude and angle that is represented by tan inverse XL by R. So this is rectangular, this is polar form. Now I have suppose R and this is my C load. Then in a rectangular form it can be represented by R minus JXC. Okay, so this is real and this is imaginary part. This is XC means capacitive reactance. You can say resistance offered by capacitor, that is called XC. It is not similar to the resistor, okay, but you can say unit is ohm. XL is equal to 2 pi F into 2 pi F L. Okay, and XC is equal to 1 upon 2 pi FC. Okay, so this is your XL and XC. XL is inductive reactance, or you can say resistance offered by inductor. Unit is ohm. XC, that is capacitive reactance, resistance offered by capacitor. Okay, unit is ohm. Impedance is total load of the circuit. Okay, so if you have combination of load, then you can represent by this impedance. So this impedance you will get only in AC circuit. Okay, we are doing the vector summation or vector representation for this AC circuit. Okay, and in DC we are doing the algebraic summations. So this is R and C combinations. So this is rectangular form, polar form, that can be R square plus XC square angle tan inverse XC by R. Okay. If we have three load R, L and C, then Z is equal to under root R square plus, suppose here XL is greater than XC, then I can write XL minus XC whole square. If XC is greater than XL, then I can write this XC minus XL. Okay. And if both are equal, then what it will be? If XL equal to XC,
Only R square.
Z
R
is
square.
equal to R.
Don't-
Z is equal to R. Okay, good. Tan inverse XL minus XC by R. Okay, so this is the rectangular and polar form of this impedance or total load of the circuit. Now we have RLC load, so you should know this phasor diagram for this R. So for the purely resistive circuit, voltage and current that are in phase. There is no phase difference between voltage and current. Okay, so in a resistive circuit, we are getting P equal to VI cos phi power. Okay, so this you should know this phasor diagram. Both are in phase. There is no phase difference for resistive load. For inductive, for inductor, we know voltage leads the current. by an angle 90 degree, VL. Okay. So in inductor, we have average power is equal to 0. And for the purely capacitive circuit, we know here current leads the voltage by an angle 90 degree. So same average power for capacitive circuit, that is also equal to 0. So we are getting the average power for resistive P is equal to VI cos phi, for inductor P is equal to 0. Same for C is also equal to 0. So that's why for the combinations we should use this resistive load to get this average power. Okay, average power is nothing but the P is equal to VI cos phi, where V and I in RMS value. Okay, cos phi, that is nothing but cosine of angle between V and I. It is also known as power factor. Its value is between 0 to 1. Okay. So we'll see what is power factor later. So this, you should know this phasor diagram. This is your phasor diagram. Okay. So this is RL circuit. So here, as the name is given, RL series circuit. So R and L connected in series across the supply voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t. Okay, VR is nothing but potential difference across R. VL, that is potential difference across L. Okay, F, that is supply frequency, and V, that is supply voltage V equal to Vm sin omega t. Now here we want to plot the phasor diagram according to the circuit diagram. Okay, so as you know, this is series circuit. Okay, so current remains same throughout the circuit and voltage remain different. So we have three voltages here, V, VR and VL. Now here current remains same, so we are taking as a reference quantity. Okay, is it visible, this phasor diagram? Bottom left corner.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So here current I is taken as a reference. Why it is taken reference? Because it is series circuit and it remains same. Okay. Now we know, now come to the R. So VR, that is voltage across resistor. So we know voltage and current remains in phase for this resistive load. So here I am writing this VR in same line of current I. Okay. So VR I am writing in phase with current I. Okay. Now come to the inductor. So we know VL that leads the current by an angle 90 degree. Now draw the AB line for VL that leads the current by 90 degree. Okay. Now here we have VR and VL. So join the VR and VL. So we have here V, that is phasor sum of VR and VL. Okay. And this is the phasor diagram. Anyone have query for this phasor diagram? Current taken as reference. VR in phase with current I, so VR is taken in same line with current. VL leads the current, so draw the AB line, and this V is phasor sum of VR and VL, or vector sum of VR and VL. Okay, so this OB square is equal to OA square plus AB square. So OB square is equal to V is equal to under root of VR square plus VL square. So this represents the magnitude. So magnitude, it is in under root. Okay. So VR is nothing but IR and VL is IXL. So this you should know. VR is equal to voltage drop across resistance I into R. VL voltage drop across inductor that is I into XL. Okay. And VC is equal to I into XC. So I is taken common, so under root R square plus XL square. But we know, now shift the I on left hand side. So here we have the equations V by I is equal to under root R square plus XL square. So V by I means? Anyone?
R.
Resistance.
Here V by I, here we have combination of load. So you can't say,
ZZ.
yes, you
Impedance.
can't say resistor. Here
Impedance.
you can say impedance. If you have more than one load, so combination of load, that is called the impedance. So here V by I, that means Z. Okay. So don't be confused here. Here you need to use this impedance. So I is equal to V by Z. Or you can say Z is equal to V by I. This phi is phase angle phi. So from the triangle, tan phi is equal to this VL by VR. So VL is I into XL, VR is I into R. Okay, so it is XL by R. So phi is equal to tan inverse XL by R. Here it is RL circuit. Okay, so we can have we have current equation I equal to Im sin omega t minus phi for this RL series circuit. So V is equal to Vm sin omega t and I is equal to Im sin omega t minus phi. So current I lags behind the applied voltage V by an angle phi. Okay. So for RL series circuit, here you have to derive this current equation I. Okay, I equal to Im sin omega t minus phi. So for RL series circuit, current lags the voltage by an angle phi. So after that you need to draw the waveform. So V is equal to Vm sin omega t. So starting from 0 to 360 and here current is lagging by an angle phi. So you need to draw the waveform for this. Here after this by getting V and I you need to find this instantaneous power. After instantaneous power you need to find this average power. So instantaneous power is nothing but V into I. Okay. So just substitute here Vm sin omega t into Im sin omega t minus phi. So Vm Im just rearrange Vm Im sin omega t minus sin omega t minus phi. Multiply and divided by 2. Now you know the two S's according to mathematics. So that is C minus C. Okay. So Vm Im by 2 cos phi minus cos omega t minus phi. So by separating the term, 1/2 Vm cos phi minus 1/2 Vm cos 2 omega t minus phi. Now, first one is useful term. This is useful term. And second one is pulsating term. This is useful. And this is pulsating. Okay. So just we are considering this useful term only. This is pulsating term. So we are not considering for average power calculation. So we have the equations 1/2 Vm Im cos phi. Okay, so the average power for 1/2 Vm Im cos phi remains constant because it is independent of frequency. Okay, and this the average power for this 1/2 Vm Im cos omega t minus phi is 0. So average power is equal to 1/2 Vm Im cos phi. So this is maximum value. So convert into RMS value. So we can say it is Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2 cos phi. Okay. So that is Vi cos phi. So this is the average power for RL series circuit. Anyone have doubt? Up to this, P is equal to Vi cos phi. Okay. Okay, anyone can tell me? I am in phasor diagram. I am replacing this VR by R, VL by XL, and this V by Z. Suppose I am writing this impedance diagram for RL series circuit. I am drawing this impedance diagram for this RL series circuit. So anyone tell me cos phi equal to?
R
R
upon
upon
Z.
Z.
R upon Z.
Sin phi?
XL upon Z.
XL upon Z.
XL upon Z. And tan phi?
XL upon R.
XL
upon
XL
R.
upon R.
XL upon R. So there are three definitions of cos phi. Cos phi is nothing but power factor. So first definition is it is the cosine of the angle between voltage and current. It is the ratio of resistance to impedance. And we will also see one more definition for this power factor. Okay, for AC circuit. So this is the impedance triangle. Okay, this is a phasor diagram. This is the impedance triangle R, XL and Z. Okay, this is the waveform. As we know, V equal to Vm sin omega t, reference quantity, and this I lags the voltage. So this is lagging by an angle phi. So this is a waveform. So if you ask this RL series circuit, then you need to write this all the things. Okay. And how to draw this power diagram? Why it is drawn like this? Anyone have idea?
सर ये एवरेज पावर का है ना?
Yes.
हाँ तो सर ये अनइक्वल लिया है नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव में, इसीलिए क्योंकि अगर दोनों साइड इक्वल होगा तो एवरेज पावर 0 हो जाएगा, इसलिए अनइक्वल लिया है ताकि वो 0 ना हो.
Yes, good. But it is drawn from this this waveform because this P is equal to V into I. Yes, good answer. And in circuit, we should like this. This should be more and this should be less. This negative should be less. This is called a reactive power. Okay. I will in the AC circuit we have three power: active power, then apparent power, and reactive power. Okay. So I will show you this. So you can see this here. This is my voltage and current with respect to theta. This is my V. This is my I. Okay. Now I need to draw the power diagram. So we need. Yes. What? Hello. Screen is visible or not?
Yes,
It is
sir,
visible,
visible.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So how it is drawn? So you can see this. You can compare this. Do the multiplication of voltage and current. So initially you can say this. Voltage is 0, but current is negative. So product is what? Product is what? 0.
Negative.
So it is starting from 0. 0. Negative into 0 means 0.
0.
Okay. Now up to this.
Negative.
So you can say this is positive, this is negative. So What you can say?
Negative.
Okay, this is negative. Okay. Now, after that,
It is positive.
so positive, and it is multiplication. So we have higher value of this sine wave. Okay. Now that after that, for this period,
Negative.
this is negative, this is positive. So we have negative, this is positive, this is negative. Now here
Positive.
negative into negative. So
Positive.
yes, positive. And for this, you have this positive and negative. So it is equal to negative. Okay. So this is your reactive power, that is denoted by Q. Suppose I am just writing this middle of the line. So that is called P equal to VI cos phi. That is your average power. And at the peak, this is your S is equal to V into I. So this is your maximum value. Okay. This is your apparent power. As we know, apparent has maximum value. So apparent has highest value among these all three power. Okay. Apparent power S is equal to VI. P is equal to VI cos phi average power. This is your true power or useful power. Useful power means whatever circuit receives, so that is your this active power or average power. And reactive power, that is the loss of the circuit. So it should be minimum. Okay, it should be less compared to this positive portion. Okay, so that's why in the diagram it is shown less compared to this positive. But reactive power should be there, otherwise you will not get this AC power. Okay, so we can say this reactive power is loss of the circuit, but still circuit needs it. And reactive power also strengthen the magnetization of the circuit. It is the loss of the circuit, but it strengthen the magnetization of the circuit. Okay, we know uh, when we drink the soda. So in the soda, uh, in the glass, half of the portion that is filled by liquid, and top portion that has formed. Okay, so what we are means basically what we are drinking. We are drinking liquid or form.
Liquid.
Liquid, and form is useless or useful. That top portion has form, so form is useful or useless. Anyone?
So शायद useless.
Yes, it is useless. We are just drinking only liquid. But you know, the function of form is to make the soda strong. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes.
form is useless. Form is useless, but still we need, yes, we need strong soda. So we need, means we need this form. Okay. So same function that doing by reactive power in the AC circuit. Okay. It is the loss of the circuit, but still we need in the circuit So it strengthens the magnetization of the circuit. So it should be less, okay, in the circuit. We do not need more, okay. Okay, so this is active, reactive, and apparent power. Apparent power, the product of RMS value of voltage and current in AC circuit is called apparent power. It is denoted by S. So S is equal to V into I. Unit is volt into ampere. Active power, the power which is actually consumed in AC circuit, it is called active power, or it is the power which is actually dissipated in the circuit resistance. Okay, so whatever circuit receives or consumed, that is called the active power or true power of the circuit. Okay, okay, wait for a moment. Okay, so reactive power, it is nothing but it is useless power, and it is denoted by Q. The power drawn by the circuit due to reactive component of current is called reactive power. It is denoted by Q. So reactive power, that is VI sin phi. Unit is volt ampere reactive. Okay, wait for a moment. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so reactive power, that is useless power, power drawn by the circuit or loss of the circuit, that is denoted by Q. Q is equal to VI sin phi. Okay, so apparent
Sir,
S is equal, yes.
screen is not visible.
Okay, wait. Okay, so reactive power Q is equal to VI sin phi. Unit is volt ampere reactive. Unit is volt ampere reactive. So there are three powers: apparent power, active power, reactive power. Apparent power is maximum power. S is equal to V into I, volt ampere unit. Active power, P is equal to VI cos phi. Unit is watt or kilowatt. Reactive power, Q is equal to VI sin phi. So unit is volt ampere reactive. Okay, so this is the power triangle for active, reactive, and apparent power. So you can say this active power, This is reactive power and this is apparent power. So anyone can tell me what is cos phi according to this power triangle?
Active power upon apparent power.
Doubt it is.
S, P by S. Okay, active cos phi is equal to P by S. So third definition is it is the ratio of active power to apparent power. Okay, so there are three definitions of power factor. Cosine of the angle between voltage and current. It is the ratio of resistance to impedance, and it is the ratio of active power to apparent power. Okay. So cos phi is nothing but its value lies between 0 to 1. Okay. So unity, that is maximum value, but that is not possible. Okay. Due to this reactive component, there will be some loss of the circuit. So 1 is not possible, but we need to keep nearer to the 1. So we have maximum saving in billing. Okay, when we do the electrical consumption, so your cos phi should be near to 1. So you will get less bill uh, in terms of paying. Okay, so generally in our home, we are getting the power in terms of kilowatt. Okay, we haven't any big machinery like alternator generator, but industry people, they have to maintain this cos phi. If they are not maintaining cos phi, then they have to pay more bill. Okay, so that's why they have to maintain this cos phi. Otherwise, they have to pay more bill as well as penalty. That particular value is defined for industry people that they have to maintain. If they are running below this cos phi, so they have extra billing as well as penalty. Okay, so this is the importance of cos phi. Means you are getting the pure power, or you can save the rupees in terms of paying billing. Okay, so cos phi is more, means you have less this reactive component or reactive power. Means you have more this active power in the circuit or useful power in the circuit. Okay, so up to this, any doubt? Anyone? Hello.
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
so
sir.
by understanding this,
No, sir.
you will understand this RC circuit and RLC easily. This is RC circuit, just you need to replace by C. We will do the same procedure. Okay, we'll finding the same parameter instantaneous. We'll do this waveform, power factor, then examples. Okay, RLC circuit, just we are adding all three loads. We'll draw this phasor diagram. Okay, we'll do this phasor analysis. Okay, if in RLC we'll have three conditions: VL equal to VC, VL greater than VC, and VC greater than VL. So that we will see, and then we'll see this example. Then the resonance, Q factor, bandwidth. Okay, so this is the unit 6. So this is the easiest unit if you understand these concepts. And you will get internal results within this week. Okay, I will share the marks at the end of in the weekend. Okay, or before this Sunday. I will upload in Microsoft Team as well as I will mail you. Okay, so you may leave this session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.